Shami Sechta Trumas Daf Tzadik Hey Omid Aleph Nishmas Gidda Basabah Mishchaim Yitzchak Gash Mishchaim Yitzchak as a Shimon of Yitzchak. Right after the Mishnah of this. Kol Grav it's like hammering out on top. Kol Grav Shemachzik Sasayim. Every Keli that's Machzik Sasayim. That's the Mishnah. Go back to the Mishnah on Amud Beis. Dag Tomeh Shekavshe im Dag Toya. That's the first case. Second case in the Mishnah is Kol Grav. Every Kli Shu Mazik Sasayim has a two saw. Im Yesh Boy Mishkel Asore Zuzei BiYehuda. 10 zuz in Yehuda. This is a weight. In Yehuda, the weights were larger than in Gola, so 10 in Yehuda was Shava Chomesh Sloim Begola, the same amount of weight, but what was considered there 10 Zuz, here is 5 Sloim. Kama Sasayim, look at the Gemara in Tzadikayim and Aleph, Kama Sasayim, of the Esrim V'Abo Lugan, 24 Lugan. How many is in a Lug? V'Kama Luga, of the Taten Litrin. Every lug is 2 litrin. The kama litrin of the mei zunin. Nimtza kol zin v'zin, every cello, every zuz, achas mitesha mei v'shishn. This is where you got the shir of the Tanakama, it's 960. Hoyer v'yosi babun, v'achbara, achbara is a question what achbara means. Does achbara mean maybe a place? That's why Yossi said this halacha, or Achbara was a mouse. Chad le'elef, not 960. It's 1 in 1,000. That's the shear. How strong this seer and roitav and kippah is. How strong it is. They give a nice tam. Just a simple understanding of this Gemara. It's 1 in 960, or here he says Yossi Bun says it's 1 in 1,000. Revius b'sasayim. Revius is not b'sasayim. Is b'sasayim means 1 in 200. Kavavu b'shem Rabbi Yosi b'Chananya roiv v'tzir a roiv v'tzir b'sasayim tzir. You need the tzir to mevatel the tzir. You can't be mevatel with something with the dag itself. You have to have the tzir. V'aloi ein tzir dag tomei mitzir. Amavu Chashviz Yasei Kol L'Masayim. It's 1 in 200. Rabila b'Shem Rav Shimon Bechaya Roi v'Tzir b'Sasayim. The shear of the tzir to become bottle is b'Sasayim. It's again 200. Dogim v'Tzir also become a Moshe b'Hoyrikim. It's like the Pnei Moshe. Kol Grav Shemas Sasayim Umefarish Kama Hu Saw. How much is the saw? But Kama Litin Meizus can't so flame. Shamoyim Meizuz. Somebody's going to count 100 zuz. Nimsa kol zin. Who mishkel? What's a zin? Who mishkel? The weight. Asora zuz. 10 zuz is 1 zin. Who echad 1 in 960. Masa sayin because the fish is masis. However, Yosef Abun Achbar Shenof and Achbar. Now he learns Pshat Achbar means a mouse. Shenof and Mokim Shekam Moimashvia. If this Achbar, normally it's a pagan. But if this Achbar fell into a place where it is Mashvia, and he passed in the base of Gun said, Shesida Osa Atalel. He said it's also 1 in 1,000, not 960. It's all the way up to 1 in 1,000. That's the highest shit. Ababu Shem of Yosi Bachananya, the father is Dibir Yehuda Maslisim. But the Yehuda said in the Mishnah it's 960, the Hachikam, 1 in 960, the Hachikam. Revi is Seer Shal Dak Tomei. The Seer, the juice of a dark tomei, oime ad b'sasayim shel toy, until 1 in 200. Freit the Gemara, v'loi ein tzir dark tomei mitzir, kloime, mishum d'loi ein dark tomei oisid tzir goma. A dark tomei doesn't really make tzir goma. V'ein tziroi nechsha k'moi tzir d'alma. The tzir of a dark tomei is not the tzir of a regular dark. Hilkach heikel by Yehuda, l'oi boi chad 160. He doesn't need 1 in 960. He holds he needs a lesser b'shir. Chashvis, you say, the Havi is b'sasayim. How much is that? Not 960. Who Kodev It's close to Echad Mimasayim 1 and 200. We saw in the Mishnah before it was 1 and 92. They call it 1 and 200. It's easier to remember, I guess. So they added on 8 and made it 1 and 200. Kfish Mimasayim. The Fish of Masayim Yesh Kuf Tzadik Bey Revius and Halog. There's 192 Revius of Halog, and that's the Shia, not like the Tanakhama 960. He says it's only 1 and 192. Abilu Fash the Hodre Buddha. The Lav Roiva Tzir V'Sayim Tzir, El Roiva Tzir V'Sayim Shal Adogim, the Hoidim Tzir, V'Zel L'Kula Shal Adogim and Safin, the Tag itself is Mistarif, if Yesh V'Sayim Nagavis Tzir, Tomei is Botlu. The way you can't get Buddha, you can find Shavila L'Kula. It goes L'Kula. Dr. Mrafulda. Kama Soh, Kama Yesh Zuzim B'Soh, how many Zuzim are there in a Soh? M'Fash B'Soh, Yesh Chov Dal Lugin. In one Soh, there's 24 Lugin. Velug Beis Litin, so you have already 48. Nimsa B'Soh Mem Ches Litin. In one Soh you have 48 liter. Maybe this is a liter where it comes from. Ubelitra Yesh Meya Zuz. In every liter there's 100 Zuz. Nimsa B'Soh Mem Ches Mem Zuz. Vishnei Soim Heim is Tzadik Vov Meya Zuz. So that's where you have the Tzadik Vov. That's the 960. Ube Tzadik Meya is Yesh Asara Pomim Tes Meyas, 10 times 900, Shein Tes Meyas, Asiyas, V'nishtai L'cho Tof Reish, Ein Samach Asiyas, Nimsas, Skishi Yesh Asara Zuz, when you have 10 Zuz, Mitzir Tome, Begrav, Hamazi Beisoyim, Hu Chelik, 960 Milok. That's the Ched. Okay, that's the Shir of the Tanakhama. Kum Tzv Yosi, Ba'achber Echad Li'elef. What does it mean Echad Li'elef? Achber means a mouse, not a name of a place. Achba was the mouse, and there they did. Tzarech levatle echad be'elef. 960 wasn't enough. You need to add on another 40, 1,000. What? What? Oh, one second. V'yesh shoyim achba Shem mokim, v'rosei bedak tomi hoya. It was the name of a place, and there they passed this. Roy b'tzir, so I feel be'elef loy bottle. That's what you're asking, right? Okay, balzan. It's a very complicated, a lot of steers here. Balzan, go slowly. Roy b'tzir shel b'sayim tzir shel heter ukebuda v'cheinu b'pek gilanosha Amar Abu ano ish b's yaseh ani chashafti yaseh ani chashafti the Reviv b'sayim v'oiler korel b'sayim it's oiler he said no almost close to 1 and 200 v'hem kutzadik vav it's 196 Reviv not 192 196 came Pirish Rashi pek gilanosha Kamashma the oiler b'sayim Reviv it goes in 200 Revius, and Chainu Leopek Hate the Trumas, Vaise Bisa Messiah. Veite Gemore, Baloi Tzi Eine Tome, Eine Matzel. The Tzi of a dark Tome is not Matzel. And the Biosi by Pechinin Parach. The Oma, the Afke B'Sayim Tzi, you said Afke, if it's to Tzo, Baloi Tzi a dark Tome, Eine Tzol. The Tzi of a dark Tome is not clear. Ela'av, it's like cloudy. V'Korish, and it has more of a yesh, it's more of a salad than it is a mashka. What does he have to have dafka tzir? Should be battle the tzir. Kamoi mashkim b'mashkim, aloi oichel nechshul tzir tomei. Has to do like an oichel. So what do you have to have? It should be a tzir. You can have an oichel too. A dark tomei, the tzir of a dark tomei is not the same thing as a tzir of a dark tomei. Ila pale be'embes v'sfil, for the tzir of dark Torah. He holds even the tzir of a tzir, but dark tomei, there's a machlokes. He said it isn't battle. V'loy bin a dafka tzir dark Torah. You don't have to have dark Torah. Even a dark tomei, the tzir could be battle.
The dag itself, not the tzir.
The dag itself, yeah. Take a look here in the Bia Gro, Rabbi said. I'm just looking at the Bia Gro. It's like the Bia Gro. If Yosi Babun Chad Le'elef B'Afa, 1 in 1,000. Pirish, the second line, the right side. Af B'Shav Abad Yochel Litla Misham L'Ashlichai. You can take it out. Mikom Mokoim Ein a bottle Ela B'Elef Kiber Yasmin. Yeah, so it's not bottle, Ela B'Elef. 1 in 1,000 becomes bottle. Because if you say the Gemara affect the Kasha, she plays himself up with this other. Ja, bei Achbe, Bishich, you have an Achbe that falls into beer. Either Bishishim Mashma, She'ain Tzir Beya Kebeya. The Tzir of a Beya is not like a Beya, Pavos. Here's we're talking about the Tzir of the Achbe. The Gabe Beya Potskud after the Beya bottle. by an achbara, which is a barrier, which is something which is a complete whole thing. It's a whole insect or sheretz. There the din is that befel be'alef leibot doesn't become bottle because of other batayises. The like Yirushalmi, the Yirushalmi aminon. Hoyde Rabbi Yosef Babun ba'achbara chad le'alef. If you kosher shoye neged the Mishnah. How could it be that the Gemara goes against the Mishnah? Because here you're passing in the Mishnah that says that it goes against the achbara. The Tanakama, this is what we spoke about last week. Tanakama maskil bedogin tameim. Tanakama starts out bedogin tameim. Go back to the Mishnah by side. First sentence in the Mishnah: Dag tomei shukavshi in dag tor. That's a dag tomei. And then the next thing the Mishnah says: Kol gravshu mazas asayim. They were talking about the tzir. So feit the goyin kosher. The Chalaka Mishnah L'Shnayim B'Loim the Tanakama Maschil B'Dogin Tamei. The Tanakama is talking about Dag Tomei. V'Einim Mefarish Klum, and he doesn't say what the halacha is. He says Shukavshi Dag Tomei Dag Tor. No, yes, the Gundish, right? That's a very interesting Mishnah. It's not Mefarish. Im Osa Im Mutter Im Lav Raka Maschil Dag Tomei Tzira Yos. Then he starts with the Tzir. That's the next sentence. V'Einim Mefarish Kamei Yashir U'Borev. And even in the second case, when he's talking about the Tzir, the Tanakam himself doesn't really say what's the shir. That's 960. White kosher, I've looked at the chayker. Now, this is another thing we saw. We asked it ourselves. You have 960, 200, 192, 16. This is a very big mechik. Sure, how much as the time goes? It does. In fact, they're going. I've looked at the chayker. Shebein Yehuda, Rabbi Yosi, Benasinas time. Such a big mechik. This is 960. This is 200. The Yehuda knows in time about Kol HaMasayim. According to the Yehuda, he says it goes to up to almost 192 or 196, almost 200. Rabbi Yosi only 16. How could it be such a big machlokes? Void kosher kushas at Amram Rotenberg. Fake the Amram Rotenberg and avoid the Zolish. Kosher the Vada Yatzir ain't a ois benestinas tam at Kol HaMasayim. No, it's not correct. Look at Amram Rotenberg. Why? See, it's clear and it's light and it's like water. How can you tell me that it goes all the way up to 192? Elevadai, Mikoyach HaMilas, who knows in time, salt, right? Knows in Adam Masayim, Amad the Mashiach ben Melech, Afa Pish and Melech Oisim, it's Hadatzmoy, even though the salt itself doesn't have an Issa. Because the Melech is nivla from the tzir, and the tzir is a dagatom is a zavirasa. Now it gives the koyach and the melech to go all the way up. And salt is very potent. Imken, it gives a lot of time. Imken the fizeh. Im a melech shemochu boy bos nofel. If the melech, which you salted the meat, nofel the tafshul, not only by tzir, it comes out the melech has a time goes up to 960. So when they have meat and you salt the meat, take out the dam. But this meat now has melech. The melech has a time from the bosser. So l'shayik kedayin seen his time of melech all the way up, and then you can tell me 960, such a shir. Pei kol habosim etatze gemorah. Gdios the toyre v'loy cholav. Okay, now cholav ain't an esel of time bosa blue boy because they in the next shabbat cholav the mimimina. Muchach hatoises. Mizeh the tavlin sheneser. If you have tavlin, salt is tavlin. Sheneser became moser. She'ema sharing koy kedayin is seen as tam tavlin. Because the melech goes a very high shib, it's very potent, and it gives off a tam. Whatever time it absorbs, it goes very, very, very far, all the way to 960. And look at Dain is seen as time. It's the Atman, the Isi that went into the melech. That's what we're going to count. That's shear. You don't count the shear of the melech. So, what's the pshat vayit in the Mishnah? It's fairly fake there. How could it be such a big machlokes here in the Mishnah? Al Kain did it. The Moiri Rabbi, I don't know who's considered the Moiri Rabbi of the Goyim, Pesach. Well, the Moiri Rabbi, the Farash HaMishnah Hochi. The Tanakama Sova, the Tanakama holds the Tzir HaYotzim Min HaBerya. We're talking about Achbara, and that's how he's learning pshat here in the Mishnah. The whole thing is the Tzir, or a Dag, let's say a Dag Tomei, which is a Berya. The Tzir HaYotzim Min HaBerya, Ki Berya Atzma, Uberya Einoi B'Teila in 960. U'lechein Oma, Kol Grav Shu Mazik Sasayim, the berry itself would not become bottle. Even 960. Belev, Avilav, Elev, Loi bottle. So what's the pshat in the Mishnah? If you have a kli, if it has two saw, if this mishkal, the weight of this sasayim, where you put in this grav, would you put into the grav shein mishkal chomis loyim begol dakdom? 5 in gold is like 10 in Yehuda. Tzira yoseh, kloime af tzira yoseh. Why? Mishum, the tzira doesn't have a koyt to go so high, such into 960. Mishum, the gam tzira nechshav kebeya. Like they're going from the Shem Rabbi, that the Chiddush is over here, that the Be'er bet bottle, and the Tzir has a din like a Be'er. Even though that what we say that if you have Melech doesn't go, because it's not also, the Melech itself is not also, doesn't go to 960. The Melech only goes as much as the Isi in the Melech. If the Isi in the Melech is down, it's not going to go, it's going to 60 max, according to the Rabbanon, right? But when you have a Be'er, the son says that a tzira bebeya is chashiv kebeya. Beya for the belly bottle. That's the chayah din in the Rabban. The Rabban says double chashiv betish bottle. Now he's saying that what he made tzira, the tzira which is mekabel the time of a beya. Ochet alach chashivas. I know it doesn't say exactly what it is here. Why? But that's what he says. The din is the nasher kebeya. Beya ain't a betayla in 960. A beya betish bottle in 960. The Buddha of Yosi Palagaleh. And they hold that what af tzira yotzim in abeya. Again, the whole lumdus of the Mishnah is, according to the Goins Rebbe, is talking about a tzira hayotzim in abeya. If this tzira is not a yotzim abeya, let's say if this fish would be a cut fish, the tzira would not come until the fish is cut up somehow, right? Then the tzira would not asa. Only because it comes from abeya against the fish, then it's asa. And if not, af tzira yotzim in abeya ain't asa elikadid. Oh, now the machlokes in the Mishnah, how far that goes. Eshte mandama, that's how he's laying shot now in the Mishnah L'choyre. The first mandama, where it doesn't say what it is, Dag Tom Shikov Shim Dag Toeh, this is Alamalos. Or maybe that's the second case. Called Grav Shumaz Sasayim, so then he says that tzir bet Kemelish bottle, after the Belaflay bottle. Then you have machlokes in the Mishnah, they break it down, they say 192, 196, and 16. Also, the ganze Mishnah, there's Shaila, that you have tzir from a Be'er, that tzir from a Be'er, that has an Esinus Tam much greater than normally, which would be 60 with the Rabbanon. But so with after tzir yotzim in a Be'er, and also the other kadei in Esinus Tam, they hold no, tzir is nishkan Be'er. That's the machlokes in the Mishnah like the Goy. Mishum Hachi Pasuk Masechta Avodah Zarah. You have achbir v'shicha, but this shaila and achbir mouse falls into beer. K'Reb Yehuda Reb Yossi the Amar b'noisen tam. But achbir ain't in noisen tam ela shishim. Doesn't go more than shishim. Because that's like a regular suit. It doesn't go more than shishim. Why? Because that didn't like a barrier. The tzir didn't be a barrier. It assumes the halacha like a barrier. Ain't because it is like a Yerushalmi. Oh. Okay. So Be'etzim Rabbi say here, there's a little bit of more of a background here. Let's see, there's a Teres Kayanim, which Asher brought on Friday, which they does like in Pasuk Shemini, to Meim Lasid Tzira V'Roitva. It says Apostle Shekas Yichem, to Meim Yilachem, La'aseh, it's a Riba Akro Tzira V'Roitva. Vim Ves HaKefer Shalem. Hen, so we'll soon see what is Tzir, what is Roitiv, and what's Kefer. These are three different things. Hen, the word hen, Prat She'ein Behem B'Noisen Tam. So what do you need a mid hakro? You need a mid apostle to say like the Teres Kayanim, Hen Prat She'ein Behem B'Noisen Tam. If there's no Noisen Tam, it's not also. It should be also if there isn't a tam. Could be the pshat is when it's ben. The double issa which is ben. You take a shikul chazan. The chazan hot nishkan tam. If it's tofu, right? It's still also. When is the shad that has to have a tam? If it goes into something else, and the ben is not here. What's meant to do? Hein prat the shame behem noisen tam. Come to my mind when there's no noisen tam. He's coming to say when because here we're coming to ma betzir. It's a riba akro that tzir is also. So he's saying, Prat, the Shem Beim Noise, don't tell me that Tzir, when the Torah is Ma'be here, Tzir, and Roitvam, and Kefer is Ma'be, that it's also, it's not also Machmas Atzmoy, and if it would be also Machmas Atzmoy, So the chayre, it's also afilu, it's ain't by tam. All the assuming in the Torah doesn't have to have a tam. If it's nisadim with something else, then the end is not here. Then you have to have an asinus tam kicker. So here he's coming to say that this thing that the Torah asks, the tzir and the roitvam is not a issue like normally isurim, and there's no tam. It's not also. When is the tzir also and the roitiv and the keeper is only also when the asinus tam. It's also it's mutar. It's not that. It's a double also. But it's not also only if there's a time. Zok the Malbim, as I understand the Yisrael, he says like this. Tameim, what's the difference when the Torah says Tameim Meim Lechem? This is Pasuk Shmini. Or it says, it's the Issa Achila. Sagt der Poi Medabem Issa Achila. Omer Mishum B'Beloshen Achila ein b'mashma hadova nimcha mimenu or a roitev ayoytze. Roitev is not also only when the Torah talks about Loshen Tumah. Kol Gam Siram Roitev, the keeper. These three things, Siram, Roitev, and the keeper, is also only when the Torah Sheket Lechem Tamei Mi Lechem. But Midid Achila, it's not considered a Midid Achila, it's not also. So it's Dinim for Tumah. Moiri rak heim rotzeloime imugish tamov shoz yesh mitziosem b'machel lo yimein behem in tam. What is this coming to say here? They don't intercept it in the Torah's canon that it's not also behem behem tam for us because not as midah achila.
It's not right achila.
It's not a midah achila. Rotzeloime imugish tamov shoz yesh mitziosem b'machel lo yimein behem in tam. If there wouldn't be a in tam, it's not also. Mash goes to mis lechem mash v'shein tumeim tzachechem la'achila. Avim ein lechem rak la'acherim. He said that's why it says over here that what as loshen from loshen achila that if there's no time it is in short. The Torah gives it a din only as loshen achila. So to say, look the malbim over here on the word sheketz he milas hu meduya grak lo'levim mekan amud tzich hagavim tumeim ein osir. The next Mishnah says that seer, the juice of chagov and the grass to meim ain't also for us because it doesn't have any sin time. It says another place, it says, Kvar be'anu shekol mokum shomer loshen tumi v'sheket koilu boig asher-bom v'roitvam hayoyse behem omnam tzir dogim omar v'chulen. That's only about. Okay, so this din of tzir is tzir or the raisa or the rabbanon. So this I guess I'm machlokes over here in the Balei Tosfos and machulik in this. So Pashas we said the other week. Not knowing about it, not remembering this machlokes, that if you have a Tosefos, if you have a Tois Kayanim, is mechulik, what's the shir 960, this and that. So the Chayei said the Raisa. The shir is the Raisa. This is our Toises. Toises says over here in Samach Tes and Avodah Zarah, Idi v'idi pirish b'shichra v'loi b'shitn b'hag b'yushalmi koma the sheretz loi botul kim be'elef v'tamideinu ikir the botul b'shishim k'shar yisuf. This din. If it's bottle b'shishim menad, those are machlokes the Bavi and Yishalmi. Yishalmi says that doesn't become bottle. So we saw the Rai says why not? Because the Dova Charev. If also the Dova Charev vetish bottle, so the Yishalmi is machlok. Yishalmi holds doesn't become bottle. The Bavi holds does become bottle. Let's look the Ravid, the Pirish Ravid. This is very important to understand. What's the difference between Tzir, Kippur, and Roitiv? Look to do as like. Shekes la'aset tzirem v'roitvam v'kipish lehem. Shemolcha noisai puts on salt. Why is it called roitiv? The kodesh hu u'mashe yoytzi men aydei bishul l'kach nit roitiv. Roitiv means the juice that comes out when you cook it. That's roitiv. What's kippur? Yeah, tavun. This is the spices shenis avlabot. And what's the tzir? Ochitz beikar roitiv v'shekes yilachem k'dei la'aser reveyim. The acid is another ribi akro to acid terubis. When you're supposed to acid terubis, If the Zach is also. What do you need another pasuk? Tell me also. The Terubis is also. Shaloi toimer, kishusanu hatzir shlehem oise es hatoirim lekach nema sheket yilechem. It's also Terubis. The Zach itself is not also. Only it's a din from tzir. The Torah has a tzir, so it's not any million time. So adin nami it doesn't also. But Terubis doesn't become also. And that's you learning. That's according to the Mandama says the Rabban. Others say the Rais. In the Tziv on the Tois Ka'anim, the Shak's lesson here in Yudua das apoiskim. The Tzir dogem mit Rabban. He says only the Rabban. I'm bibir agro in Yudaya. So what should I talk in Yudaya? Allah Chalamai stay do azoy. This is Simen Pei Hey. Rabbi Paskins that if you go into a store and you buy dag, and there's dag tome, and there's dag tome in the store, you buy from a non-kosher store. So the thing is that it's mutter. Why is it mutter? It's like the Mechaber. Mechaber Paskins then pay hey that's it. He Paskins it's mutter because the dag, the tzir is only with the Rabbanon. About the tzir is only with the Rabbanon. So maybe we say that the rubis is mutter. As I stated in the Mechaber, but there's a toys that's the Mechaber shitta. And that's what he says that the Goyen is saying. But the Etzim Toisus himself in Gidon Noshin, Tzadik Tesam Beis, Toisus says the Ramas Shani Tzir the Zei Balmu. Tzir is only Zei Balmu. Lo Ose Elam B'Drabona. So this they do in the Babli. The other Toisus I just said before is Mashma that the Yisham is Mechulik on the Babli. And the Babli is the one that says in the Rabbanon. Miu Zok Toisus Tzir Shrotzim Ose Deraisa. The honest the Raisa. This Ribi Akro at the Meir last Tzirim Roifim. We keep it Shalem. But the Rosh Gemura he zokte. Allah Hochi Abamin Chayla Behema. We keep it Shem Asmach Tabiyami. So those are four different places. You know, we have one place says Asmach Tabiyama. One place says Machlok is the Babli in the Yishamis. And why is it in Machlok is in what's the Tzir? And what's the keeper, what's the roitiv, is also Midrash, and also the Rabban. Nothing will be if you're allowed to buy fish in a Goyish store or not. If you hold it's only the Rabban, Shet Mechaber, you can buy it because it's only the Rabbanon. May the Tzir nicht also in the Terubis of the Tzir. Ma'ashen can hold it's the Isa, then we stop and from the fish in a Goyish store. Okay, that's good.